We're talking about build invoices. And let me explain why. Hop on a website and type in invoice or build invoice, or on the app.
Or
it's
custom.
Actually, what's that?
Custom
build.
Yeah.
In the video, where it's a video of Brandon sitting on his couch in pajamas making an invoice.
I sent you a picture, a screenshot of me doing a Polini order. I'm like, these guys think I don't work, but then I'm making Polini orders at like midnight on Sundays.
You're unrealistic with your expectations.
Well,
I know my needs certainly hasn't been fulfilled.
I'm doing well. I'm looking for a little bit of help here.
Ooh, I'm the guy for help.
Paul, since he's like a child of mine, he's like my son. I feel bad when people rip him a new one, even though I've ripped him a new one. So.
Oh, speaking of which. Yeah, it's hard to say. I would open it up and see what's actually in there first, and then go from there.
It's a 10mm barrier bolt. I don't know. How would I tell the stock crank from a...
You would know. Well,
No.
you'd have to take it off and blow.
Yeah, the only way to really tell, all the specs and the bolts and everything are the same size. The only way to tell would be to open it up and look.
Alright.
Custom parts. Pretty sweet.
Get them powder coated.
We will, but those are just for Troy, because Troy paid for these. Let me help you here.
Hey.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Are you ready? This is the real question.
Okay. We're talking about build invoices. And let me explain why. A lot of people buy kits online. It's really common. A lot of people buy engine packages, and they don't really know what they're getting. So if we have just engine packages online, oftentimes, maybe you need a crank, maybe you don't. So it's really hard to sell an engine package that's right for every person, because maybe somebody already has a crank or somebody has a pipe they want to use. So what we do is we do a build invoice service. Basically right here you can see these are all build invoices. This is just within the past few weeks. These are all the people that reach out to us and say, hey, this is just, there's a lot there. So basically the way it works is hop on a website and type in invoice or build invoice, or on the app.
Or
it's
custom.
What's that?
Custom
build.
Yeah.
It's on the app too. It's on the main page. There's like a picture of, I think, a big old pile of tools that says build invoice, I think, or the Aprilia.
I'll put it right here.
Polini stuff, yeah. The way it works is you put it in your cart, you buy it, it's 25 bucks, and then you let us know whether it's email or the notes in the order. Give us your budget, give us your your riding style, what you want to do, what you're looking to do with it, details on your bike, your mileage, the type of bike that you have, and then what we do is you pay the $25 up front, and then on our end we see your name, your information, and your notes, and we pull up the other screen and we start building you a full package. And maybe you say your budget's $300, and we'll work it all the way up to a certain amount, just trying to keep your budget in mind. And then if it's going to be over, we'll call and say, hey, you know what, it's really best if you go to this, or we can say, hey, this is perfect, we got you in at 250 bucks. But the goal is to get you what you want and not sell you stuff that you don't need. A lot of customers call and say, hey, I bought part XYZ, I bought this engine package online. Come to find out, he's got a Yasuni Z, which is basically a stock or worse, right, Paul?
It's probably bad. They're not good.
They're not good. We won't even sell the Yasuni Z's. They're not. Yasuni makes a killer product and everything serves a purpose, but the Z is basically a stock replacement pipe. So we see these people all the time that are getting like Stage 6 MK2 cylinder, which is a hyper race cylinder, with they're buying a kit somewhere else where it's an MK2 cylinder running a stock carburetor and a stock crank and like a Yasuni R, and they call and say, hey, my bike's doing this, my bike's doing that. Well, half the things you have are wrong because you need a crank to work with that cylinder. So the whole goal is to make sure you get everything that you want the first time, because we probably get what, 3-4 calls a day with people that
The
buy
peanut
things.
stuff too.
Yeah, there's probably 3 or 4 calls a day with people. Hey, I bought this, I bought that, and then you find out what they bought, and all of it's wrong. So
Or just bad.
yeah, so we build you a full invoice. Like today, Christopher Weaver, we went back and forth probably 5 or 6 times, back and forth to get it his budget just where he wanted it, and we took every phone call and just worked it from top to bottom. So build invoices are hands down the best way to do custom builds. And I'm all over the place here because we're going 100 miles an hour, so we're really busy. So when we have your needs in front of us and your budget, and we build you a full package, in that package we put a $25 discount in there and email it to you. So then you get an email back saying, here's all your products, here's your price, here's your package. So then you just click and just check out through there, and you get your $25 back. So it ends up being a free cost to you. And I would say on average we probably spend 15 minutes to an hour probably back and forth with getting invoices just right. Because you have some people that are like, hey, you know,
this is great, I'm just gonna buy it.
This is perfect, I'm gonna buy it. Other people that say, well, what
about this? What about that? What about this? What about this part that you guys don't sell? What about this special brand that doesn't exist?
He's stressing out.
What
a little
about the
bit, 'cause how busy
eBay? What
we
about
are.
the $150? What's the difference between the $150 cylinder on Amazon and the $160 one you have, and then the $50 one on eBay?
Paul, chill.
But why? So why do we even charge $25? Why don't we just do it for free?
Because we used to do it for free, and we probably have 250 unpaid invoices. We'll go back and forth. We'll have some people. I've actually worked with people that have messaged me at 11, 12 o'clock at night on a Saturday. Hey, I really want to get this stuff. I'm ready to do it. Can you help me out? And I'll spend an hour of my own time at 11 o'clock on a weekend. I really need this stuff. Really need it. And I'll pop up on my computer in my pajamas if I'm wearing pajamas at this time. And
You should wear pajamas to work.
no.
Or we should do a thing in the video where it's a video of Brandon sitting on his couch in pajamas making an invoice.
I sent you a picture, a screenshot of me doing a Polini order. I'm like, these guys think I don't work, but then I'm making Polini orders at like midnight on Sundays.
But technically, it is free.
It is free, yes.
It's basically a guarantee to us that you're gonna follow through.
We basically, we had people that would hit us up and say, hey, I want to do this full build. Can you help me? And I would help and spend, maybe I have some people, I probably have 150 to 200 messages back and forth that have never bought anything from us. We're happy to we want to help people out. But at the end of the day, like if somebody's gonna take an hour and a half of our time, that takes away from our customers that are waiting on build invoices or waiting on bikes to be built. So we have to focus on our customers. But it got to the point where we were probably spending an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and we would build this full invoice, send it over, and then next thing you know, they bought it all on Amazon or whatever, and then they even called us up, said, hey, I got all your stuff, can you help me figure it out? And we look, and they didn't buy anything from us. So it got to the point where we were just spending thousands of dollars in labor, probably a month, just making people these invoices. So we just couldn't do it anymore.
So basically, you're just money hungry.
Yeah. There's an inside joke. One of our Scooterswapshop haters posted saying that we're going out of business. Which is funny because we feel like the ceiling, which is Pat's floor, is gonna cave in because we have so much inventory upstairs.
It's actually like Pat just stomping around.
Yeah, Pat's heavy when he walks.
He's like a rhinoceros up there.
Yeah.
You're just making fun of me because I'm fat.
I'm making fun of you because you're fat. I'm saying you run around up there like a rhinoceros.
Well,
Yeah.
let's put you up there and see what it sounds like.
You tiptoe around.
Probably sound like an elephant.
But we are not going out of business.
Are you sure? I mean,
we probably
we
have.
are kind of like 3 times what we used to be, so we might
just
just go out of business because we don't have
close.
any, way to fulfill people's needs.
Well,
I know my needs certainly hasn't been fulfilled.
Well, when we get that mannequin, Paul. When we get that mannequin with the squishy parts.
They have to be squishy.
so yeah, build invoices are the way to go, and like I said, we're probably doing 5 a day right now, or something like that, probably. And stuff is selling really fast. Also, if we make you a build invoice,
sometimes.
Be realistic, because we get some people that say, "Hey,
I have $200 and I live in Brazil, and I have $200 to spend."
be careful, they could be watching our videos."
Which is fine. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. You're unrealistic with your expectations.
Because shipping's like.
Well,
the
yeah.
the problem
Shipping's
is
like-
if you ship to
Brazil, it's like $60
or
minimum.
more, depending. I mean,
Yeah.
if they order an exhaust, it could be 100.
Well,
You know,
you're not getting.
you're shipping to Australia and they want a pipe and
Oh man.
and their
Let's not
budget's
get into
$200.
Okay, so be realistic. If you know, it's one thing if you don't know much about these bikes. That's totally understandable. We get people say, "Hey, I want to do 70 miles an hour on $200." And if we can't, you know, or they say, "Hey, I've got a Elite CH80 and want to do 60 miles an hour," we're gonna just refund your, you know,
Or
we're gonna
we'll tell-
refund your charge
We'll
because
tell you take this money and buy a faster scooter.
Paul's feeling real saucy.
So what you're saying is like, if I hit you up and I have like a, I don't know, like you said, a CH80, and I have $1,000 to spend, and I want to do 80 miles an hour. You're not just going to take my $25 and run because there's just not anything to do.
No, we're
we're
just
going to
gonna
give you your 25 bucks
No.
back and let you know that, you know, sorry, we can't do anything about
Actually,
it.
so yeah, if you have a bike that is
There's no support
there's no
for it.
parts for them, let's probably build invoice right now.
Probably. What's the number?
Let's see. You ready? You want to let's see if you
Sure.
some
Let's
live
see what
impromptu. We're gonna show you Paul's customer service right here. Get it, Paul.
Scooterswapshop.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm looking for a little bit of help here.
Ooh, I'm the guy for help.
I just recently picked up an 89 Zuma with 450 miles on it.
Uh huh.
I was looking to maybe do a 70 big bore kit and was wondering if probably doing a carburetor too would be smart.
Yep. Yeah. How much are you looking to spend?
I mean, I don't really want to go crazy, but I was looking at, it seems like the big bore kits online were like $200, and I don't know, figured probably another 150 for a car.
Yeah. Usually on those Zumas, I would probably budget for, at minimum, probably $500 or $600 at the minimum. And then up to about $1,000 depending on what parts you end up with.
It was 89, so it's got
So it needs a carb, yeah.
What do you have for a package deal? Can you put something together for me?
Yeah, I can certainly do that. So on the website we have a thing, it's called a build invoice. It's pretty much a $25 fee, and then it gets refunded when you place the order. And it pretty much it gets all your information in the system, and then it allows me to build out a package specifically catered to your needs.
Got it.
And then you get refunded for that.
Got it. Yeah, I would probably say, 400 to 500 is where I'd like to be. I'm not trying to
Okay.
put $1,000 into it.
Sure. And does the bike run right now?
It was running. I put it away for the winter. I'm in
Okay.
Connecticut, and I was trying to get it over. I cleaned the carb out like 3 times. Would not run.
I see.
I think what I've narrowed it down to is it's the petcock off the fuel tank, which I'm gonna figure out tonight.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you fill out that build invoice, I'll get something over probably first thing tomorrow.
Okay.
And just to find that, you just go on the website and type in invoice. And it's the first thing to pop up.
Go to the website and you tap in invoice.
Yep.
Custom build package invoice.
Yep, that's the one.
Got it. Okay.
All right. I'll keep an eye out for that one, and if you have any more questions, feel free to give me a call.
Alright, thank you very much.
Sure, thank you.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
I mean,
It's almost like that was staged.
I know. That's
So
it's
almost-
every day. It's Yeah.
But I mean, as you can see, that was like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That cuts down the time. Now, if Paul would have tried to help this guy, I mean, which he's going to do, but
It would have
it's
been like
faster.
half an hour on
Yeah,
the phone.
30 minutes,
back and forth.
and then that's his time,
Well,
and then
and oftentimes what they'll say is like, well, walk me through every single part. And then you walk through every single part, and no joke, we've spent 40 minutes on the phone, and then they order it all, and they order the wrong parts because...
Or, I'll talk to you when I get my tax return.
Yeah. Yeah,
Stimulus.
but oftentimes they'll order all the wrong stuff because you tell them over the phone, oh yeah, I see it right here, and they're looking up vertical, horizontal, or something totally different. So to make sure you get the exact parts, and the thing is, if we do a build invoice for you, and you get the wrong parts, it's on us to make it right and do all that. Where if you buy stuff from us and you order the wrong thing or have to return it, that's on you to ship it back. And it's just a pain in the butt. Where if you get it from us, you're going to get it the first
Tell
time.
people if they leave a note on their order, sometimes we don't see all the notes, and they say, like, oh, this part's for my Honda Met, and they ordered like Zuma stuff.
Yeah, the notes sometimes
It doesn't.
you have to be in the system to see the notes. When you spit out the label, there's no notes on the label.
Yeah,
So if you...
especially when there's like 100 orders in the morning, and I don't look through all the orders, and I just print them all.
The app is probably the
works
best for
better.
messaging, and email. The app is probably best, but we're working around the clock right now.
Yeah.
and we have a few things that are on sale, right? That we have a little bit of overstock on.
Top performances kits.
Yeah. So today we're doing something we've never done before. We're gonna give away 2 bikes. The first bike is the pre-bug. Once we hit 40,000 subscribers, we're gonna give it away to one of you guys. Now, bike number 2 is the Bug Eye. This bike has a bunch of aftermarket parts. How you win this bike is just as easy. You already shop at Scooterswapshop.com, so every dollar you spend on the store is 1 point entered in to win. What was the other thing? There was a couple other things, Paul. What was it?
You remember anything right now?
I'm like working.
Oh, tail lights. We got
Taillights,
we got a bunch of
tail
taillights.
lights. Yeah. Yeah, and we have them on sale for like $26 or something like
wow.
that. And they're the pre-bug taillights are the flat, so they match the panels, not the side that dip down, so they're a little harder to get. So Zuma guys got some pretty cheap stuff. Bug Eye, we have the 3 lens kits for like
Crazy
$12
cheap. Yeah.
or something like that. And when they're gone, they're gone. I'm not gonna get any more of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's invoices are the best way to do it, and that's I'd say probably 20% of our
Probably more.
probably 50-60% of our major build packages going out are build invoices. Now watch, our competitors are going to start offering the same thing,
They're gonna do
but
it.
they can't do it right because they don't know how to build scooters.
And people are going to see this on Monday, so we should be getting back sometime today.
Yeah.
So people need to understand that there may be like a 1 or 2 day delay on parts just because there was a day or 2 that we missed. So just if you have ordered parts over the past 2 to 3 days, it may be 1 to 2 days delayed more than it normally is.
Because we're working really hard in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Paul's excited. He's going to search for the best chicken strips Vegas has to offer. We're going to try to get him in on some tacos to eat something actually different. But you know what he's going to say? I'm going to do tacos.
You don't do tacos?
Chicken strip tacos. What if we took 2 chicken strips
No, I like
and made a
tacos.
taco out of them and put pizza on the inside?
No.
So both these guys have never heard of Raising Cane's, which is like a big thing in the South, and it's basically the in and out of chicken. All they offer is chicken strips, or they call chicken fingers, and fries, and then you get a Texas toast next to it, or they can put chicken in between 2 pieces of toast.
But Paul and I ate fancy Oprah chicken, remember, in Seattle?
It was pretty good.
It was chicken that Oprah buys or something, remember?
Oh yeah,
$90 in Seattle.
When we were up in
Yeah, we bought like $100 in chicken strips.
So you have a tip of the day, Paul? I always like getting Paul when he isn't paying attention because he never has one. That's why you guys don't get tips of the day, because Paul's like, I can't, I don't know.
Paul's new pre-bug tires.
Ooh.
They're funky. I like them.
Can we get them?
Yeah.
Dunlops. Can we get them? There's my Rattler tire over there.
Can we get them? They're right in front of you, Pat.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you special order stuff. So
What
is
happened to
that,
Tyrone?
K180?
He's gone. He's
He
never.
ran away.
I know. He leaves his
Tyrone
base.
just
What
he's
else?
on a bender.
It's like a stack of billet brake levers on the seat.
What else do we have?
What's your tip of the day, Paul?
Ooh. Don't send us scooter covers on accident because you'll never get them back. That's mine now.
Who sent you that?
Adam. On accident. Adam's people sent it. This is a prototype super special seat cover. They told Adam, hey, Adam's our guy who helps us with some parts.
One of our distributors.
And he said, no, you can't test it for us because it needs to be tested on a specific scooter. And I told him he just needs to send the scooter here.
What's the specific scooter?
Tell me.
I have
It's
a
probably
tip.
some secret, genuine scooter or something.
I have a tip.
This is genuine too.
I got a tip.
Oh boy, who is it?
This is the least the phones ring all day,
Ooh.
actually.
Ooh.
Oh,
Do you want to let it go? Call it back?
I'll call him back.
Okay. So, Paul, since he's like a child of mine, he's like my son. I feel bad when people rip him a new one, even though I rip him new ones all the time. I'm pretty nice to you, though.
I do too. But
no, somebody called him up.
Oh, speaking of which.
Okay. Do not be rude to Paul.
Oh.
Don't be mean to Paul, because
Yeah.
he will blacklist you, and it's not
Oh,
good.
dude,
Don't get
I
on
have-
Paul's bad side.
Brandon gave me free reign to just block anyone I want.
Yeah.
Um,
So this guy calls Paul and says, cursing, being rude, yelling over Paul, saying, you guys sent me a effing pipe missing a flange. What the F? I spent all this money, blah, blah. And Paul's like, okay, let me look into it. And he just kept talking over Paul, being super rude, just
think I lost
cursing.
his number.
Anyways, like, dude, just being super rude. This guy was being a jerk. And
Buy it from us.
Paul's like,
Suck.
yeah, well, what am I getting? Well, Paul's like, you know what? Let's just do this. You're unhappy. Let me just get your refund. Just send the pipe back. Fine, whatever. So he assumed that we took a part out of his box, even though Polini sends him the way they send him. And we looked up his order. He's given us a name. Name's on the system. Phone number's in the
I
system.
told him call back with a exhaust flange 93. Maybe this guy.
So he didn't buy it from us, and he ripped Paul a new one, accusing us of taking things out of his package, and didn't even buy it from us. So before you call online store and rip them a new one top to bottom, be sure that this
you better
is the
be
right
careful.
store.
Because
Paul's coming for you. I mean, look at him. He's so intimidating.
he's got notes of people who's rude to him.
I do. I write it down. I remember. I'll block their orders. Hello, this is Paul from the scooter shop. I was just following up. I think you called the other day. You were missing an exhaust flange.
Yes.
Did you end up finding that order number?
I was messaging Brandon earlier on just Messenger. He responded to me on his Facebook, and I got him the part number of the pipe.
Oh, you called. This is John. This is John, right?
Yes.
Oh,
You called the
man.
wrong person, Paul.
Oh, my bad.
Tell him I'm looking into it, John.
Brandon's looking into it.
We just called the wrong person, but we're looking into it.
Yeah, there was someone else with an exhaust flange we were trying to call who was really mean on the phone the other day.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks, John.
No worries. Thank y'all.
bye.
Bye-bye.
You got that southern twang.
Dang it!
We got a lot of exhaust flames. The phone never stops. Oh my gosh.
Same guy. Must be important.
Uh, Interesting fact. The
What's
last 30 days, we broke a record in sales in the past
Brandon's
7 years.
talking on a camera right now. What's going on?
Does he want to be on camera?
Tune in questions. I can answer those.
Alright, Paul's getting to work. I gotta get to work.
All right.
I feel like I'm getting nothing done, so.